Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not the same as it was, man.
We gotta go. One of us
We're not
gotta go.
hanging you on poles anymore. You don't have to have us in slavery, do you?
Yeah.
They're trying to write everything out of the books for making
Right.
us forget about all the
Yes.
and all the
Yes.
abuse and rape. All the time they jailed us and hung us instead
Right.
of having normal court cases and stuff like that.
That's right. That's right.
And then they try to forget about that, say, you know, it's not that bad. Black people weren't being killed by white. It's black slaves. But they don't account for all the pieces that they attacked us,
Oh, that's why they don't want to hear it.
burned us,
When you
burned
bring
our
it up,
buildings down, made us homeless.
y'all can be cool as fuck, but when you bring that up, shit get real awkward, right? Because they don't want to be reminded, like the apostle made it to a point, they don't want to be reminded that you are the people that fucked around, you fucked up, and you took the Lord chosen people and even Adolf Hitler is like, hey, I fucked up this shit, but the motherfucker, I wasn't dumb enough to take the black man into slavery, motherfucker. Y'all may fuck me up, win, but goddamn it, you dumb motherfuckers are gonna be judged because you're saying something around those terms, man. And that's because y'all went to the so-called black man, Latino, Native man into slavery. Hey, he did the same thing Putin just said. He did the same thing China just said. He said that shit way before them, man. Except he got real deep with it. What the fuck you think all them Nazis and shit was going around doing all these experiments and discovering shit? You think those motherfuckers did find some shit out there?
He started to say, well, my came over here with migrants and we didn't have slaves. We were just here looking for work. Actually, my lady was back to
God,
so
damn.
it's never a acknowledgement of the role that we've done for the
No.
They're always considering me as a slave.
Right. Okay, go ahead. Okay, that's right, though. That's true. That's a snake.
Precept.
Okay, go ahead.
Psalms chapter 5, verse 18.
Round up, brother. Woo, go!
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Verse 19, as if a man had feet.
Yeah, they start off with run that back.
Chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Yahweh. To what end is it for you?
Right. Hey, woe to you. You got a whole bunch of fun, huh? You got all these people out here. I can't wait till Jesus comes back. I can't wait till the Lord comes back and with guns and sunshine and lollipops
So
and
by
gum
Jesus,
drops.
you mean the good shit?
The good shit, Jesus pulls back into the port and rescues us. Yeah. Woe unto you. Woe means destruction, man. You think you desire the day of the Lord, you think it's going to be something glorious for you. It's going to be 2/3 of our people, even though they are part of the chosen people, it's not even going to be glorious for them. So woe to them too. Woe to them. If it's bad for them, what you think is going to happen to the rest of y'all nation?
Romans 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Yahweh. For what end is it for you? The day of the Yahweh is darkness and not light. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. I went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Right. You can't get away from this destruction. You're not going to be able to get away from this destruction at all. You ain't going to be able to go into your bunker. Even if you get into your bunker, the Lord has already got a death or a judgment reserved for you. You're not going to be able to fly in space and get away from this judgment. It's like running away. You get to run away from a bear or a lion, and then you run into the house and you flee and you put your hand up against the wall, thinking like, man, that motherfucker was fast, boy. Hey, shit, man. They don't call me Fleetfoot Johnson for nothing. I gotta wait. You put your motherfucking hand on the wall and get bit by a yellow taipan snake. That's one of the most venomous snakes in the world, man.
Romans 5, verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. I went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Woo!
Verse 20, shall not the day of the Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it.
Woo! It's going to be real dark. The day of the Lord is going to be a dark day. It's not going to be some glorious day. They got you thinking in church, oh shit, angels will come down and sing and dance and everybody's going to be in high hopes because Jesus is back.
And even if you're the fastest kid in your class of your year, you cannot escape the death that's coming our way.
No, it's coming. You already got your judgment predestined specifically built for your ass. Do you understand that? Everybody that's born in this world is predestined for something. From the beginning of time. From the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, we've had a judgment set aside for each and every one of us. The Most High already had. Before you present a script to a director, do you realize you gotta have the whole, you can't hand them half a script or a piece of a script. Yeah, it's about 1/3 of a script of a movie I wanted to make and I wanted you to help fund it. That motherfucker will look at you crazy. You gotta have that script down from the beginning to the end. Because guess what? You know who the antagonist is, you know who the protagonist is, you know what's gonna happen in the middle of the story, and it goes toward that climactic event, and then guess what? Whoever the antagonizer is gonna fall victim to the one that was getting taken advantage of and being stepped over and treated like garbage, man. That's just life. Every movie has something like that. Except for some scary movies like The Babadook. Well, no, that was still judgment. What happened at the end? After running and getting the curse taken off of her, right? She still ended up getting pulled into the earth by them demons and shit. That's how it is for y'all, man. Y'all not gonna be able to get away from this destruction that's coming. Everybody is gonna get their judgment. I don't give a fuck how rich you are. Even if you're on one of them bunkers, like it was said before, you are still going to go into captivity. You're going to wish you died, man. That's going to be worse than death. You're going to be like, man, I can't wait till I can die. Because, damn, how many of our people that got set up in situations where we couldn't even commit suicide, man? Matter of fact, they would take you on them slave ships, put that damn, that piece of metal or wood in your mouth, knock out your front teeth, and pour some abominable filth down your mouth, man, to make sure you stay alive so they can utilize your services even longer. And trust me, it didn't have shit to do with no indentured slaves. Excuse me, sir. Did black people come to America to work as indentured slaves? Did the black people or the so-called African Americans come to this country to work as migrant workers?
They didn't come here on their own volition. Is that what you mean?
That's true.
Right.
Because now these are the things that's being taught
In school today.
Oh, I know. Our history books are.
They don't even have history books no more. Everything is digital. They don't have textbooks anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Our
We were
history
just in
books-
Charleston, North Carolina, for something like
Oh yeah, that's a lot of bloodshed in
We
that place.
learned a lot.
Yes, yes. I got family out there in Charleston. There's something in Charleston. Yeah, it's a lot of
Get that
bloodshed.
museum up, man. That's just boom.
Yeah, it is. You know, because but we have a history outside of that, but that's as far as our history is taught in this place. You know?
Agreed.
You're right.
And so being taught in that manner, and now they teaching that we were migrant workers, you know?
And you don't agree.
No,
No.
because we were taken by force.
Yeah,
I
you know.
thought you meant like because we learned about how they were well.
Right, because at one point in time, they turned into migrant workers after the Emancipation Proclamation, but they were also being cheated out, and some of them ended up having to go back into servitude because they couldn't live on the wages that they were
Yeah.
receiving. You ever heard that? It's an old song. It goes like this. It's the ice cream song. And you know how it really goes? The actual lyrics to it?
Ice cream man.
The ice cream truck song?
Whenever you hear an ice cream truck, you always hear the music. There's actually words written for that music.
Yeah, it has lyrics to it. It goes, niggas love watermelon, ha ha ha. Niggas love watermelon, oh ho ho. Niggas love water, yes. Yeah.
You took out the lyrics and just use the music and put it on the ice cream truck. So you always hear this. Streets are in there.
Right. And you know, and not to mention, a lot of those sharecroppers, a lot of those migrant workers of our people at that time used to grow watermelons and watermelons are very healthy food. But then a stigmatism because so-called white men, they saw that they were actually making a living and flourishing off of that.
Two things: watermelons and chicken.
Poland.
And that's where those two stigmas come from. Because black people were making a lot of money off selling watermelons and selling chicken legs. So we ate a lot of chicken because we didn't have nothing fresh out of slavery in the early 1900s. That's how a lot of black people made a lot of money. selling watermelons and selling chickens and eggs.
Being farmers.
Yes, and that's what we did. And then, of course, the government, so-called white people, they made that stigma to make fun of black people, so people would stop buying watermelons and chicken.
Yeah.
You know, to basically keep us down.
Oh, you like watermelon?
That's what it was for.
Have them eating them, develop the watermelon a long way.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
they
strong.
you know, black things, but they
You have
actually
to go to
black or the black people with the chickens, you know, chicken next to this. And it's just like,
No, yeah, the watermelon in one hand
right,
and the chicken in the other one. And there was another, he had two chickens and there was a watermelon. And he could only carry one of them. And he was looking at it. And basically, he was confused and basically debating. Should I put one of these chickens down and get the watermelon, or should I have two chickens?
But that stigma has stayed on us to this day. Right. Niggas love chicken and watermelons.
Right.
Oh, we actually made a YouTube video. We teach the Bible and we put it up on YouTube. That's basically what we do.
Right. We got a message, you know. So if you ever hear anything negative about what we're doing, because persecution is coming to the people of the Lord, right? And it's coming very soon. I don't know if you read the Bible, I don't know if you believe it. You know, one, there's stigmatism or a byword about us doing what we're doing now, peacefully protesting, this teaching, right? Very soon, you know that we're known as terrorists. I'm a veteran. Alright? I'm a Army veteran. You go online, you'll see us for teaching the Bible to our people. They have us blacklisted, red listed and blacklisted. And we brought it up. We put our name in there, and they have the name finders. You can find everything about a person, where they are located, and their history. We put it in there. Warn, it's like you have a record. Like, they actually know 10 years ago's name, everything. Put our names in each one of us. And an FBI warning came up, said the FBI, the DEA, every ABC alphabet government agency has us on a high level watch list for preaching the Bible. We've never hurt anybody. We've never done anything to anybody outside the government. Everybody, you got people that can go around and have transgender story times with little children. I have children. Yes, I'm against that. Transgender man, and then sitting on that man's lap, dressed up. That's not what I'm
A lot
promoting.
of those people are actually
Yes, you go back and you find out that a lot of them have pedophile, but that's okay.
they're allowed to be recruited.
Right, they're allowed to be around. They better back there wrestling with your child, right? I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but we're old school when it comes to that. We're old school and we know how this works. And that's not correct. None of that is correct. That's why you don't see that the birth rates at an all-time low in the United States.
What is that one saying, though? More for the lies, truth comes to terrorists, right? Terrorists do that.
Whistleblowers are telling the truth to the people. Oh, it was a government secret though, but this government secret has basically set aside to get millions of people killed.
Well, look at Lafayette Square versus January 6th.
Come on now.
A couple of people were arrested.
But now you're a whistleblower. You get locked up for sometimes definite amount of time just for telling the truth. So if you ever hear somebody say those Israelites are racist, they're crazy, we are for it from the conversation. Right? So there'll be a lot of persecution at home. It's the same thing as them calling those people, those honorable people like Eric Snowden and these individuals. Whistleblowers for telling the truth.
You guys have a good one. Yeah.
Back to what you did, read that again on average, man.
It's fun also.
Wait. Did you brother? There you are. Hey, brother. Nice to see you.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I'm like, I thought he was like, okay. I'm like,
Good. But yeah, Jose, could you read that again?
read it loud. Read it loud.
1970 man did flee from a lion and they bare met him and went into the house and he
Back up, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord.
Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. So what is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and he bare
right now.
Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and bare met him and went to the house and laid his hand on the wall and he struck him and bit him.
Right, man. And this is woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Because I got a precept that goes along with it. It's Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest and was not spoiled, that dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to dealing treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Because and this is the time that we're in. You know, because he's talking about the destruction of the day of the Lord to you Edomites. And right now, you Edomites, so-called white people, y'all stopping dealing treacherously with people. Why? Because y'all getting to that point where y'all being happy. Y'all don't want to deal treacherously no more. Y'all just want to keep living now. But after all of the things you so-called white people have done, not only to the Israelites, but y'all even done all this to the other nations. After all of the things that y'all done to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos, there is no living peacefully anymore. You have to be judged for the things you have done. But this land has been established on blood, on the blood of the so-called Negroes, Indians, Latinos. Somebody has to pay for it. Your people have not paid for any of the things that they've committed, for any of the crimes they committed against the children of Israel.
Esau said, well, bloodshed was in other nations did that as well before settlers came to Native Americans. So it was nothing new on the planet Earth that a tactic like that was ever made.
But see,
that
that's the thing.
that way, no, that never has been done.
Exactly. Dealing treacherously. It has never been done in a treacherous way like that. When a nation wants to go to war with another nation, guess what they did? They did a declaration of war. Why do the people always say that you so-called white people stole the land? Why? Because the Native Americans did not deal treacherously with you. You came over here and they dealt with you well. The nation that dealt with you well. And once you got a foothold in their land, which they happily gave to you, that's when you began to kill them, treacherously, lie to them, deceive them.
That's the tribe were against it. I forgot the name of the tribe. It was the one tribe that helped these fucking devils. All the other tribes, all the other native tribes, they was like, hey, it's on site, motherfucker. You strange motherfuckers.
They also sowed discord by getting to know a nation's culture.
Right.
And getting them to turn against each other.
Right.
Break their foundation as well.
Right, because everything that you Edomites, you devils, you so-called white people do, you do it with deceit. That is your number one power.
That's a heavenly fact.
Right, because even to this day, you so-called white people, you own all the media, and you make sure your people have a good reputation. Even though your people are committing the most heinous crimes on the planet. Still to this day. Nobody, no other nation wants you Edomites in their country. Why? Because they already know once they let you in their country, you are going to rob their things. You're going to steal their resources.
Rape their women.
Right. You're gonna rape their women. You're gonna make their women turn against them. Because that's your MO.
And also because the transmission online is a problem.
Right, need to keep it at home. Why do you think your armies and your militaries are all over in everybody else's country? Matter of fact, we discussed this with an Edomite maybe some weeks ago, maybe some months. That you Edomites are surviving off the robbery of your military in other countries. The
robbery of resources from other nations from your military. That's why you don't have a problem with it. That's why you don't pay too much attention to the things that the American military is doing. Why? Because you prosper off of it. And as long as you're prospering off of it, you don't got a problem with it.
Out of all the sectors of the government, the military gets the most funding. So
Right,
this is
right.
more people.
Right. Okay, and that's another thing that proves that that the Jewish people are not the Israelites of the Bible. That's yet another thing. Because they don't fit the prophecy.
So keep that home and who the largest and desire is hell.
Right, and largest desire is hell. All you Edomites want is land, and more land. If you Edomites got the whole world, you're going to want it even more. You're going to take it from yourself.
And as death and cannot be satisfied.
Right, as death cannot be satisfied. You devils can never be satisfied. Just like that song, she's never satisfied. Because you can never be satisfied. You're going to just commit more crimes and more murder to get more things.
And it says, it cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and even unto him all people.
Right, so everybody just got to be under you. Even though everybody is already under you, they got to be further under you. They got to have democracy in their land. You know, their women got to be above the men, just like your women is above you. That's right. So you devils never have enough.
That's the worst thing you can do.
Right.
Let me tell you something, man. That's one of the worst things that you can do is set a nation's women against their men.
Right, over them.
Over them. Y'all, I'm talking about, you see, it used to be in a way, you know, they say keep your enemies close, your friends close, but your enemies closer. You used to be able, you seen it? Yeah, fucking. But you know, that the Heavenly Father got it set up to where you're supposed to be able to hold your, she's supposed to be a rest onto you, right? Feel her arrest onto you. And you got her close, she in your bed, bro. And she your motherfucking enemy. Just like the enemy. But there ain't nothing to know. You alright, ladies, you go back. Let you know, as long as y'all don't mind so-called black men yelling out the Bible and stuff, y'all alright. Okay? Not time yet. Alright, but yeah. I mean, in the end of it all.
That's why the scripture said, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that life and thy bosom.
Yeah, because he already knows what he programmed her to be like in general. But the vast majority of these other nations don't have to worry about that. The so-called black, Latino, and Native man, you have to worry about that. Especially if you're dealing with the stigmatism that the so-called black woman has perpetuating around her presence. That's stipulated.
And the vast majority of the so-called black women, they do not respect the black man, the so-called black woman.
No, they don't. And they raised to be that way in school. Everybody remember that one black girl that sits on them and tried to hit on them in school, and when you coming up in elementary, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, because that's what this kingdom promotes. They put us against us at each other at an early age. And if you try to defend yourself and be a certain way, you wrong. Hey, that's a thug, man. I don't care if you stabbed you and shit, bro. That's a woman. That's a little baby. That's a baby, man.
Cannot hide from that. America is built off blood and crimes of the so-called Negro, Indian, and Latino man.
That's right. And then the scripture also say
this whole land is defiled by blood.
Oh, every time they say this, just a quick thing, they even gave the so-called black woman during slavery, you know, basically being able to own slave men. Slave Israelite men, they had, so basically the so-called black women had so-called, you know, enslaved.
That's why we never get reparations, because you gotta do research, because there were things that were so you're not getting no reparations, bro. You're not getting that.
Right, our reparations will heal us, man. That's
what it is to be repaired, man. And that's why it's coming down to Charles Edwards, the Israelites. That's why. Because the Lord is repairing.
And they already come out. If they come out and say that we're not franchise here and their money is
Right.
like that, it makes you think that any football,
Right.
you know,
Right.
Oh, that's some old ass shit. They down. Brother talking about that you know, he's reading, he's doing a study. And he finding out that they gave so-called black people the ability to own property and Negro male slaves, man.
they'll show you how bad it is with JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs. They now are investing $2 million in so-called black women.
Right.
Black women who business, future businesses. So we're exiled. We're men. We're out.
Man, we was out of there when Wick did, bro.
Hey, like that, like when Ice Cube was trying to do that whole benefiting Black America thing, whatever. He went on to Fox.
Yeah.
Those 4 black bitches living with fires and all of that. They was literally, these black women literally see themselves as separate from so-called
Yes.
Negroes.
Yes, because you're like, you basically said it. Just like, look, because one of the bitches that said something about
black women specifically.
Right. It's like, well, where's the clause for black women? And he was like, when I put it in for black people, ain't black women black? Ain't they included? He was like, what about for black women specifically? And he was like, no, I put it in for black people. If you want something, then you need to explain this, you know? But the point is, the so-called black woman separated herself from the so-called black woman. She separated herself, man. Because guess what? Hey, like the brother was saying, we sleeping with the enemy. Scriptures call her our enemy. Of course they are.
But the only way that they can get their benefits is if they oppress so-called black minorities. You can't get no good. I don't give a fuck. If you got I got to do it. I'm going to do it myself. Alright? They don't give a fuck. Oh, you want some benefits from other people? Alright? And then you want to take your crowd ass and we're going to do this. We're going to ring out your man. Oh, she even took some documentation, electronic documentation to show I've been giving money to them since we separated. Make sure my thing is straight. And then some. We don't give a fuck about all that. This is what we want to charge him, right? We want to make sure it comes straight through. Come out of his pocket and into our hands, and then we give the shit. We give you a portion of that money. And we give you food stamps and health insurance. But we're going to go through this so-called man, and if he ain't got it, or if he's in a fucked up situation, look, they try to hit me with 2 months extra of child support before I was even paid for it, before I even started making the first payment, before I even got a summons for it. They said, this is when your payments start, and this is when it'll be, and this is how much every month. I look up in the mail, these motherfuckers telling me I'm 2 months behind. I'm just $734 in debt, and they're sending my shit to the tax records. I'm like, hold up. Motherfucker, I don't have to pay that. That's some bullshit. And guess what? I'm calling them, and the woman would never pick up the phone. Yeah. So I had my demon call them, and she called and got in their ass about the shit. And she's gonna say, you don't want it? She's like, no, I don't want it. You fuck it up, how much? That's fucking it up for the long run. Because I'm gonna get my ass locked the fuck up type dumb shit by doing what I'm supposed to do. Alright? And then at the end of it all, she ended up taking it off and sending me some half-ass email that money's been stopped up. Some bullshit, shit spelled wrong and shit. I was like, this bitch really didn't want to do that, man. But see, they would want us, they put you on a situation to always have a foot directly in your ass. Just the sign goes. Right?
That goes back to the system they were set up in the 60s to break up the Israelite home.
Yeah.
For the man to be out the home, for the woman to receive all the government benefits.
Right, because and they'll specifically design the break up the Negroes because, hey, they told the so-called Negro woman to get their man out the house. Guess what? There's more Edomites on welfare than Negroes. There's so many white people on welfare. Why ain't they get out the home? They get double the food stamp benefits than the so-called Negroes.
And they get money.
They get money. Yeah, they get cash benefits. Why is that? Because you so-called white people are the ones that complain the most about people being on welfare. Because in your media, they promote, all these black people are on welfare. But no, that's not true. The majority of your people are on welfare, and your people are getting more benefits, and they don't have to go through the hardship that the so-called people have to go through while they're on welfare.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 11. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man. In the Lord, for the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman in all things of God.
Right, because basically that scripture talks about treat your women as the weaker vessel. Because yes, you're not supposed to be ruled over by men. This American doctrine that you hold is all messed up. Feminism messed up the family. That's why the family is broken. Because of Esau's feminist doctrine.
Also, there was a woman that came out almost recently that said that she would quit feminism because it was kind of being toxic to her life.
That was
now that she could be the feminist and be all like it was. Her career and trying to have a husband. You can't do both.
Right.
You can't be mad and be a woman at home like the same.
Right.
You know what she said? She ultimately was in competition with her husband, and she said that the internet was teaching her, or Instagram teaches you that a woman can make it all by herself. But basically, if you're not getting out there, how you doing, buddy? If you're not getting out there in the workforce and getting an education and getting a job, that you're inferior. And then the feminist movement teaches you that you're not utilizing your full value by staying home, that you need to get a job. All right, basically because they call homemakers or housewives. They come up kind of names that's fucked up.
Call them
When you
lazy
see-
for being wives.
Right. That's it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta-
Can I please say this? And you fucking weak ass niggas don't make it any fucking better following behind these fucking women, living off these fucking women.
Yeah.
Basically not getting your shit together so you can be ahead of her.
Well, can't say all of it though, because hey, just like this brother's situation, damn near this brother's situation, that child support is a monster. Because whenever a man can go to work and you take 70% of what he's making before he gets in his pocket, hey, the system is designed to keep you down. It's designed that way. So
I'm talking about these niggas that ain't doing shit.
he's talking about the beta males out there. Beta males that, grew up by that single parent that's basically living off his girls. Right. Like a nigga in the gas station.